Alright, so for our first shape, you can use your belt and loop it. Have you used the belt before? So you loop it through the 2 and then you loop it back through 1. You don't have to do this. This is to if you really want to work into your hips, but it's quite strong. Now, when you put your belt around your body, make sure that the buckle is not on your skin, and that the other side of your, this little part of your, is somewhere that you can pull it tight. So if it's in that direction, it's going to be quite tricky. So make it towards yourself. Nice. And then you can bring it here around your lower back and around your feet. So you're in Baddha Konasana. And again, make sure your buckle is not on your feet. And then you can tighten yourself up here. Just a little warning, you're still going to lie back. So maybe start a little bit more spacious. We'll be here for 5 minutes, so the time to set up is actually totally fine. And then your blocks are going to be under your heart. You can bring it in either the lengthwise direction, so it can be in this direction, under your spine, like that, or like that under your shoulders. It's not in the lower back, guys, so just make sure. And then, oh, nice, a little crack. And then it's important, you can place it higher as well. I'm going to go a little higher. It is important that your neck is safe. What does it mean safe? That it is supported, so it's not hanging. Moving the block a little bit higher, so this is your moment of figuring it all out. Maybe wiggling a little bit. Oh, my head is actually fine. I don't need anything under my head. But if your neck feels a little bit too strained or anything, just place a block or a pillow underneath. Now, if you want, you can take the belt and make it tighter. Make it tighter, maybe shift it so it's not around somewhere where your buckle is up there. And then your arms can either be next to the body or overhead. Let me put the timer on. Alright, now let's add on some pranayama. So remember, meditation has a lot to do with your mind. So feel free to open your mind to all your loved ones or one particular loved one. Oops. Arms can be next to the body or overhead. And our pranayama in this shape is an inhale into the heart and a softness into the belly. It's an Iyengar style breath. Let the chest rise on each inhale. And visualization with Vanessa, you've seen how beautiful that can be. So rising and expanding, is there a picture that comes with that for you? So I can see, for example, a blossoming flower on the inhale. And that energy that comes with the blossoming flower, I translate that into my heart space, flourishing up and open. And then a softness into the belly, and I visualize water melting into sand, or water melting into earth. You know, when you give water to your plants, and the water just kind of sits on the earth and then just sinks into the earth. An inhale into the blossoming flower, or maybe a fountain is also rising and expanding in energy. And then a soften into the belly. Soften the jaw. So you can stay with your pranayama, with your mind and your attention, or you can pick a loved one, a love of an activity you really enjoy, an animal, multiple or single, and just visualize as if you are the director of a movie. Maybe it's chronological memories, maybe it's splitters of memory, and go into the feeling. How does this person make you feel? How does an activity that you love doing make you feel? Go into that space of love. Let those vibrations of the mind soften into the heart, soften into the chest. 2 more minutes and 20 seconds. Breathe into stillness. If you feel you have more space, you can tighten the belt. EFT, the edge, the non-fiddling, and allowing for time to do its healing. Got around 4 to 5 more rounds of breath. To come out easily and safely, it is nicest to roll to the side. Now, if your feet feel very stuck in your belt, you might have to actually first lift your head and then lift your feet and then unhook your belt and then roll to the side of your props and come into a kneeling position. That. And then if you have, this bolster I find is a little bit too big, so I prefer to use my beach towel to roll it up, and I'm going to place it here under my hips. So you come and lie down on your belly, and the beach towel is right underneath your frontal hips. Yeah, maybe a blankie. Let me see how it feels with the bolster. If you've got a fitness roller, it's definitely going to be uncomfortable. Oh, could actually work. Mine is quite soft. So if you have a soft, you just don't want to be too high. You just find the towel a little bit more comfortable. So that's the trying on of the shape. Good. And then first just lie onto your tummy. Wiggle your tail a little, and you can create a little pillow of your hands. And we're going to practice belly breathing on our belly. So the belly is lifted just a little bit off the floor. Remember the diaphragm that we spoke about. Can you visualize the diaphragm is sit inside your body. So when you breathe in, it expands to the side, but it also presses a bit down. Presses down so the lungs have more space. So see, I often in my mind, I can tell you what I see. I visualize a jellyfish, and it's that same kind of, that how the jellyfish moves on the waves, so with the energy of the ocean, and that's the same way my diaphragm kind of moves out and in and flattens. And then in again and rounds a little bit more up. Take 3 more rounds of breath here. You now remember and now know how important it is to breathe into the belly, to breathe slowly, not only for your central nervous system, but also for that diaphragm, that muscle. You want to train that beautiful muscle. And coming to your elbows, I find it very, very cute. I find it very cute to know that your arms and your hands, as an embryo, grew out of your heart. So you were this little thing, and then out of your heart, your arms grew. I just find it the most cute thing to think about, and I think it's why we like hugging people. It's also in Chinese medicine, it's the heart meridian. It runs across your arms and your heart and everything. So we are, just as a fun point of information, I'm placing my block here because I want to put my head on it. I wish I had the pillow, but it's too far, so I'm going to accept the block, which is a little harder. Now place your right elbow in front of your left, just like that. And you're going to walk your elbows as such, and the palms face up underneath your body. Yeah. Now the tricky thing is, once you're there, now I can actually grab my pillow. Once you're there, you can't change the block or the pillow for your head anymore. So it's a bit of a puzzle. But yeah, yin is a bit of a puzzle. There's a curiosity to it. So I measure that if I go down, okay, I'll be fine there. And then I walk, walk, walk. Let me put the timer on for us. 3 minutes here. Now, you can really breathe into the space between your shoulder blades there. All right. If you can, have the palms facing up. Just turning my watch out of the way. A little bit more height with the pillow so the neck is in line with the rest of the spine. Off we go. Perfect. And close your eyes, relax. It's called bow tie. It's like there's a bow tie underneath. For us women, just move the breast to the side a little and then turn the palms up. Soften the skin on your face. And I'll just be quiet, so you can digest and process all the information, all the beautiful sharing we've done today. What a beautiful day. It almost feels like this morning was already a day ago. A full day of moving and breathing and connecting and learning and new insight, being inspired. Inspired to be the best version of yourself. Through stories of others, through passions of others. Surround yourself with passionate people in your life. It's contagious. It's energy exchange. Breathe. Come to the loved ones in your mind and your hearts. we come out slow. We also notice the sensations when coming out. Where do you feel what? Move your pillow a little to the side and we'll come into a swings pose. Swings pose for 2 minutes. Maybe already bring a bolster or something closer. So we're going to start in swings pose with your arms. You know, that alignment is very similar to the alignment in dolphin, where your elbows, you can even hold on to the biceps like we did this morning in our vinyasa class, and then just bring the elbows down. Now if you feel a little tension in the lower back, walk your elbows more forward. Give the lower back more space. If you want a little deeper, you can walk the elbows in, or you can place your elbows on top of something. We'll stay here for 2 minutes, and then we'll go deeper or not, into seal, or you can stay here. But for now, just close your eyes and shoulders away from the ears. And one of the sayings in the booklet, I just shared some of my favorite quotes, or not only quotes, it's ways of living. It's important for me to try to have those core values. And one of the sayings is, the 5 people you spend the most time with, you become. Choose carefully. So if you think about the 5 people you spend the most time with, maybe it's your kids, let's take the kids out specifically if they're young. I mean, you have more, well, they have an influence on you too, but your 5 friends, the people you spend the most time with, or maybe it's the people at work. Do you want to become like them? I have discussions with my husband where, and it's not gossiping, and we're not judging people, but we selectively choose the people we want to spend our very precious time with. I want to spend my time with people like you. I want to spend my time with people like Warren and Vanessa. They're good vibes. Smile is love, it's passion. So it's an interesting and not always easy kind of core value or code to live by. So who are your 5 core people that you are like, yeah, they inspire me. I'd love to become like them. I want to spend more time with them. They have a special place in my heart, and maybe certain people you're like, those people not really actually. And I do spend a lot of time with them. It's a very interesting exercise, a mindfulness exercise to do as well. Shoulders away from the ears, soften the skin on your face. Alright, now we have another 2 minutes in our back bend here. So you can stay where you are, or you can go lower if you're like, okay, this is enough for me. Or you can go a little bit higher. One thing is not better than the other. So if you want to come into seal pose, you place your hands wide and you walk them in, shoulders away from the ears. Just notice the lower back. There could be potential pressure into the lower back area, into the vertebra of the lower back. So if you feel any sharp pain, just come back to where you came from, or walk your hands a little forward, relax your toes, breathe. How open is your heart to receive and exchange love, to connection with others? Our hearts get hurt, and there's little scars, and that's okay. Living with an open heart, I think is a very beautiful practice. It's a very beautiful way to approach life. Around 4 more rounds of breath. Take one more deep breath in, and then come down to the floor. Just take a moment of pause, hands under your face, relax your jaw, breathe. Stillness, notice the lower back and the sensations in the lower back. Maybe a sigh. And on the sigh, relax everything. Alright, let's come back onto our elbows. And this time you place your left elbow in front of your right. Same thing, walk them out, fingers face up. Let's start. Oh, I need my pillow. If I don't have my pillow, it's not going to come by itself. Excuse me. So, just measuring that first. Yeah. Timer on. Oh, not 5 seconds. 3 minutes. Yeah. Relax your fingers. Walk your hands far away. Feel the stretch around your shoulders. Breathe in between your shoulder blades. Either unconditionally just be, or focus on the breath for a conditional way of meditating here, because YIN is a very meditative practice. Or maybe stay with that loved ones, that one or multiple people in your life that bring so much color, so much joy, so much exchange, so many lessons. A sigh is always welcome. Around 4 more rounds of breath. Move slowly to come out. Slide those elbows a little closer. And then come to child's pose. Free up your mat a little bit. And just let your hips. So this is the opposite shape for your spine. What we were doing just now for quite a long time was a slight back bend. And this is more of a rounding of the spine. Let's stay here for another 2.5 minutes. You can bring the knees as wide as you need to. If it in some way hurts you, you can always place something between your calves and your buttocks. Something higher, something lower. Soften the jaw, soften the tongue in your mouth. Notice the taste in your mouth. Notice the quality of your breath. Where is your mind? Where does it go? Where do you want it to go? Two more rounds of breath. Alright, slowly come up. And we'll just do some free movements of some kind of cat-cow. Now cat-cow can also be nice with your hands in the opposite direction. Just make sure your elbows are slightly bent so we don't overextend. Or you can just create big circles with your hips, a minute or so, just to move. Close your eyes and now move with your breath. So inhales become exhales. It's not even really two shapes, it's really organic movements, linear movements or circular movements. Take around 3 more rounds of breath. Okie dokie. So the next one is we're just also going to add some of the lower body parts. We will be in an open heart shape. Just be careful with your knees here. Please don't force anything. The interesting thing It's hero pose, half hero pose, wherever you want to go today. The interesting thing about hero pose is that it's proven to actually be really good for people with knee problems. But yes, if you have sensitive knees, just pay attention to the knees. So let's come forward onto our left foot. You might need something to sit on, maybe not, or a block or a pillow. And you're going to bring your sit bones on the inside of the right calf. Now, to create some space, it's nice to take the calf and either roll it a bit out to the side or to slide it down towards the heel. And then you're going to see if you can have both sit bones on the floor. So my right heel here is on the outside of my thigh. Just watch that knee. If that knee is like, not liking this, bring some height into your shape. 1 block, 2 blocks, bolsters, pillows. The only thing is that if you are sitting on something, please do not lie back. So if you're sitting on something, okay, I'll just show you. If you're sitting on something, this is where you'll be. Maybe a little bit lower and you open the heart in any way. If you are sitting all the way down, I don't know if you can see me once you lie back, so you might want to look before you go. You can come into your elbows. You can bring the block back under your shoulder blades and come back into that lovely openness. Or you can lie all the way down. All the way down. Now the last thing I just want to show you is what you can do with that foot. So the left foot can come flat to the floor like this. Or for the super flexy pretzels, you can come into a half lotus. So you bring that left foot on the inside and then, so this would be, there's always more and there's always less, it doesn't really matter. If you want to be here, you are here. If you want to be here, you are here. You know, anything, you can also be on your elbows here. Draw the knees together. Or sitting on something, opening the heart. 3 minutes here. I want to just come and check on you. If I don't see anything that might not be so good. All right. So, my Brit, come back up and your foot, so your foot is flat on the floor. So it's not to the side, it's flat on the floor like that. So it's pointing and all your toes are on the floor and your heel is basically next to the body on the floor like that. Yeah, can you see Marie's foot in this? Can you see Marie's foot here in this? Yes. You can use her as an example. Actually, her camera is pointed right there at that right foot, so that's great. So if you're not sure what to do with your right foot, look at Marie's screen here. She can be the example. Yeah, looking good. Nice. Did I put the timer on? Yes, we have 2 more minutes. Feel free to close your eyes. Now with the head, just notice if you want to drop it back, it's fine. Just make sure that it doesn't hurt anywhere. There's big arteries here in the back of your neck. So either neck in line with spine. Some people enjoy it. It's not bad for you. As long as you're not getting dizzy or anything like that. Good. Got 1.5 minutes. Close your eyes. Ooh, Emma, your fire looks nice there behind you. Nice and warm, nice and cozy. around 4 more rounds of breath. Please be gentle and take your time to come out. So if you're all lying all the way back, elbows. Come to the elbows, re-feel, reassess. We're not rushed here at all. It's almost like your body is asleep and you don't want to alarm wake it. You want to be gentle. Go like, wake up body, rather than wah. Okay. Place your left foot down and then come into a forward fold. Elbows can be on thighs. Or you can hang all the way forward. Shake a soft low. Let's come into shoelace with your left knee. So I'll show you from the front. So your left knee, I like to just cross it over the other leg. So the knees are stacked in front of each other. Yes. When you create, I call it mermaid legs, so the feet come a little to the side. You might, again, need something to put your bum on. 1 block, 2 blocks. Oh, this is Emma's favorite. Or you can sit all the way down. Use the first couple of moments to just settle in here. And then you can choose 2 arm variations. One is to simply just put your hands onto the soles of the feet. And another thing we haven't really spoken about, but is the healing of touch. The healing of touch and even essential oils. I've also put a little voucher in your booklet for petrichor oils. He's another beautiful friend of mine called Nicole. Also only South Africa for now, but essential oils in spoiling yourself with calming energy or uplifting smells. The other option is not cow face, it is archer arms. So I'm not mirroring you here. So it's your left knee on top of your right. So let's bring our right hand in between our shoulder blades. And then you can either bring the left hand on top. Sorry for not mirroring you. Or you can wiggle the fingers together. Let me set your timer. 3 minutes, close your eyes. At some stage, whether that's immediately or later, you can also bow forward. It's up to you. So this is upright is fine, hands to feet is fine, hand on elbow is fine. Breathe. You can bow forward, just feel curiosity. Visualize your diaphragm when you breathe. Notice the expansion of the chest. Notice the expansion of the rib cage. Soften the jaw. That have a special place in your heart. There's also people that you have a special place in their hearts. I really love the other expression. I don't think the quote is in the booklet, but it's the quote, it's not important what you achieve, but how many lives or how many hearts you've touched, made a difference to, in a positive way, contributed to, inspired, helped, loved. I do not like archer arms. I can admit that. So now for me there's an urge to want to fiddle. I'm going to try to stay calm. There's a sense of a little bit of panic in my mind, the same which we will experience tomorrow with our some of the breathing that we will do. Focusing on the breath, calming down the central nervous system, reassuring that you're fine. Whenever I get to that edge and I want to fiddle, there's also a tendency for me to start clenching my teeth. I grind my teeth at night, so my jaw is often under a lot of pressure. So try to totally relax the jaw. Be very gentle with those archer arms when you release. So ideally, you first release the fingers and then you make these big movements, these big circular movements. Open. Yeah. Okay, we're going to bring the soles of the feet to touch. This is just an exercise I want to show you because tomorrow we won't do this. It's called flushing your shoulders, like you flush your teeth. You bring this, you can do every morning. It's really good for the shoulders. So basically what you do is you bring them over and behind you. Oh, I'm against the wall there. You can do this also in a cross-legged seat. Huh? So you work with the breath. You breathe in and you breathe out. It's like when you flush your teeth. And now with your eyes closed, can you see if there is a compensation? No, not see. Yeah, it's kind of see. You feel it. I feel there's more space in my left shoulder. Maybe give yourself some more space. It's not about making it as tight as possible. It's able to feel into those shoulders. So an inhale. And then there is a moment, that tricky moment, and I can feel my right shoulder reacting differently than my left. I had my left arm was also broken as a child, so that it can also have an effect. It feels very different. Can't explain how. A little bit more restricted, I'd say. This you can do every morning as well. If you wanted to add this to your self-practice, it's a very good thing to do. Actually, so let's just to give it, it's flushing your shoulders. If I may suggest, add toe seat. So you do, for example, a minute with the toes tucked under in the morning. And then a minute with the toes pointing. Because the feet also have huge nerve endings. So it's recorded. You can add that on to your morning routine if you want to. Okie dokie. Let's come to the other side. So the right foot steps forward. Remember what you use. Now the interesting thing as well is that often when we go and do an exercise on the other side, we go, okay, I'm going to go exactly in the same place where I was on the other side, but it doesn't work like that. It's like, okay, almost like you go, I've never done this before. Let's feel what my body is telling me, rather than the mind going, okay, on the other side I do this, and then I do this, and then I lay flat. Maybe on this side your space is different, more or less, and the non-judgment comes in. And especially with injuries as well, it can be very useful. I'm going to come and check on you again, but I think you're doing... Second time around is a little easier. No, not easier in the body, but in understanding the shapes. Yeah, good. You can add on that right foot, exactly, Marie, like that. I can't see your left foot. My breath, is it next to your bum? Okay. Nice, perfect. It looks hidden. Oh no, it was your shade. It looked like your leg was in a half pigeon. Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks good. You can see the sole of Karina's foot. I wish I could give you a foot massage. a digital foot massage. All right. Breathe, relax. That's it. Very nice. Getting a little bit cold here. Make sure you stay warm. Make it cozy. I'm also gonna make a fire now, Emma. Yay. Fires are the best. You're halfway. For 1 minute, slow, deep breaths. Conditional meditation of the loved ones in your life. Maybe they're still part of your life, maybe they are part of your life in memories, in your heart space. And then slowly, slowly, gently, kindly, pause when you're on the elbows. Pause when you come forward. Slowly come up. Right foot down. Notice the stretch here in the front of the left foot as well. Maybe pedal up the legs a little, shake a soft flow with your head. Cow face or shoelace, Anna's favorite pose. This time your right knee is in front of your left. So you can come down, bring the right knee in front of the left, open the feet, create space, maybe something under your buttocks, maybe straight onto the floor. Remember what you did on the other side for arms, maybe hands, feet to hands, hands to feet, that would be. Interesting, when I spoke with colleagues and people that are currently alone in lockdowns, living single, like Warren as well, it's like, you know, it's challenging in some ways. And one colleague of mine said, you know, I really miss touch, like hugging someone, and I have physical contact with my husband, so I'm really blessed in that way, but we're not allowed to hug at the moment, which now when I see my friend, I'm like, oh, I really want to hug you. But you can also do, like, even tomorrow afternoon or something, it's so nice, either with your husband or a friend or whatever, or by yourself, do like a proper, like, spa kind of environment where you take good care of yourself, you use beautiful oils, you take the time to rub them into your skin, because that's also your central nervous system picks that up. Arch your arms if you did so on the other side. Did I put the timer on? Yes, I think I did. I did not, so 2 more minutes. Off we go. Oh, this one, arch your arms, is a lot more tighter. That means it's going to be even more challenging. challenging in a good way, because my body needs this space, those shoulders. On the other side, I can easily grip all my fingers, or at least 3-4 fingers. Here I'm just holding on with 2 fingers. And that's okay. I was already noticing that when I was flossing the shoulders, the right shoulder for me is a lot more tight than the left. And that's also okay. We're just working it. So if you are practicing yin by yourself and you notice that officially, it would actually be good for me to stay a little longer on this side, because it's just the side that needs more space, the side where I feel more resistance. But again, that's yeah, easier said than done sometimes. Relax your face, breathe. Oh, that's so cute, Emma. Your cat sits with you. My cat does exactly the same. They like the soft energy. My cat always comes when I meditate and when I do yin and when I lie in shavasana. She sat on my tummy now with the sound journey. It's just funny how sensitive they are to energy. They just pick up on it. 2 more rounds of breath here. And slowly, gently let go. Ay, 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 ay. That right shoulder. Oh, time flies when you have fun. I'd love to do one more shape before we go to Shavasana, which is similar to what we did yesterday. I just want to show you some add-ons. Wait, I'll take this off so you can see it better. Supported bridge pose. Make it easy and, on a pillow. I think Marie might really enjoy this one. Maybe other people as well. So if you enjoy being on a higher position, just look at what you can potentially do with your feet. So we've already stretched the front of the feet there. So you can, with your right hand, bring that foot in. Just make sure the knees don't go out. So the knees stay in line with your hips. And then you do the same on the other side. And then even with your hands, you can press against your heels. So now I feel my left heel is a little bit, so I can really lift that heart. And you press the hands against the heels softly and then squeeze the knees in. Or, for the people that are like, yeah, no, that's not me, any kind of supported bridge with, if you want, a leg of the wall. We'll stay here for 3 minutes. One of my favorite shapes, psoas stretch, hip flexor stretch. So your psoas is a big muscle that connects the lower body to the upper body. I added a really good book about yin yoga as well to the list. So if you need inspiration. And there's also on my YouTube channel, there are some public classes. Like these classes I record, I won't put them publicly. But there's some class that I've put up on there. And I teach a Thursday evening yin. Thursday evening, 6 o'clock is also always yin. We love it. Relax your buttocks, relax your sacrum. I was noticing that my buttocks were still clenching. I thought I was relaxed, but I wasn't. 2 more minutes here. Open your heart to those that love you, and always say Always stay true to yourself and love that too. Open your heart to those that love you and always stay true to yourself. Last minute here. Three more beautiful, healing, deep, calming breaths. Cycles of breath. Inhales and exhales. Both have their own quality. Are you ready? Ready in a way that your space is set up for Shavasana? Slowly remove vertebra by vertebra, nice and slow. Upper part of your back, middle part of your back, lower part of your back. Sacrum, just pause here. Notice the ripple effect or the post effect of your shape of that quite strong back bend for some of us. Also an inversion. Put on something warm, socks, a jersey, a blankie, and then maybe already put a time for yourself. So the timekeeping task or responsibility, I'm handing it over to you now. Notice if the music you're listening to is calming, enjoyable. Decide for another 5 or 10 or 15 minutes of either Shavasana or meditation. Time to journal, maybe even after that as well. You time, self-care, self-love. Last little movements to just settle into your Shavasana. And then it's a total letting go. Giving your body, your mind, and your spirit the opportunity to digest and integrate all the beautiful things of the day. Some intention setting. Nice to kind of reflect back for just a moment how you woke up this morning. What did you maybe change compared to the normal way or the normal way? How you were conscious this morning about certain things before our practice. Our beautiful strong vinyasa practice, our interesting discussions about Ayurveda, about the 8 limbs of yoga, the different meditation and Pranayama practices that we've already shared, and that can be part of our day-to-day life. Our super fascinating conversation and presentation of Warren, sound journey with Vanessa, What a joyful day. So thank yourself. Take a moment to thank yourself for having taken this journey, for having taken the decision that you were important, that you are important. Your health, physical, mental, is always a priority. This beautiful heart-opening yin class hopefully created a beautiful calmness, a sense of bliss, gratitude in your heart for all the beautiful exchanges that we have with our loved ones. From my heart to your hearts, namaste.